In today's episode, Ambitious but Lazy, watch this before you waste another year. We'll explore ways to bring more clarity, calm, and mindfulness into your day. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of the inspiring stories and wisdom we'll share next. Have you ever caught yourself dreaming about a better life? A life filled with success, respect, and happiness? But when it's time to act, you whisper to yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow." You're not alone. So many of us carry big ambitions in our hearts, yet we delay the very steps that could make them real. It's as if there's a quiet battle happening inside us, one side reaching upward toward our highest potential, the other sinking comfortably into laziness and delay. In Buddhist teaching, this inner conflict is not just about work or goals. It's about mindfulness and intention. Every moment we postpone action, we strengthen the roots of inertia within us. But every small step we take, no matter how humble, nourishes the seed of awakening. Today's story is about this very struggle. It is the story of Amir, a 25-year-old young man living in a small village surrounded by green fields. Amir was strong, healthy, and full of dreams. He often spoke about becoming the most successful farmer in his village, about building a life of abundance and respect. And yet, something always held him back. Through Amir's journey, we will explore a truth we all face. Dreams alone are never enough. Without mindful action, they remain just clouds in the sky. So as you listen, ask yourself, which side are you feeding? Your ambition or your laziness? Amir often spoke with great excitement about his future. One day he would say, "I'll be the richest farmer in this village. My fields will shine golden with crops, and people will come to me for advice." His words painted a beautiful picture of success, wealth, respect, and a life that everyone admired. But here's the truth. Amir's dreams lived only in his imagination. While other farmers awoke before sunrise to tend their fields, Amir stayed in bed, promising himself he'd start tomorrow. When the sun blazed and men worked tirelessly under its heat, he sat comfortably in the shade, talking about what he would achieve one day. Even when small tasks needed doing, like fetching water, he pushed them aside, whispering, "Later." And so his land remained empty. Rich soil, full of potential, but producing nothing. This is the trap many of us fall into. We confuse talking about the path with walking the path. In Buddhist thought, intention alone is not enough. It must be followed by right action. A seed, no matter how powerful, cannot grow if it's never planted or watered. Ask yourself, are there dreams in your life that remain only words because of delay? Amir's story reminds us that even the most beautiful vision dies without consistent effort. Greatness is never built on later. It begins with small, mindful actions taken today. One evening, Amir's uncle, a man known throughout the village for his wisdom and patience, came to visit. As he walked through Amir's land, he saw nothing but dry, empty soil. Not a single crop, not a single sign of effort. He turned to his nephew and asked gently, "Amir, my son, you speak so often of golden fields and wealth, but why do I see only emptiness before me?" Amir smiled and, without hesitation, replied, "Don't worry, uncle, I'll start tomorrow. You'll see, this field will become the best in the village." The old man sighed, for he had heard that same tomorrow too many times. And so, instead of arguing, he decided to teach Amir a lesson he would never forget. From his pocket, he took out 2 small bags, each holding a single seed. These are no ordinary seeds. The first is the ambition seed. If you plant it and water it every day, it will grow into a tree that gives fruit, shade, and wealth. The second is the laziness seed. If you plant it, it will grow quickly, but it will cover your field with weeds and destroy everything in its path. Then his uncle placed the seeds in Amir's hands and added, "Your future depends on which seed you choose to nurture." This is the same choice life offers each of us. In Buddhist teaching, every thought and action we nurture becomes a seed in the garden of our mind. Care for wisdom, discipline, and effort, and they will bear fruit. Feed laziness and delay, and they will overrun your life. Which seed are you watering today? Amir held those two seeds in his hands and thought, "Of course, I'll plant the ambition seed. I want success." But the next morning came, and as the sun rose, so did his excuses. "I'm tired today," he told himself. "I'll do it tomorrow." And tomorrow became the next day, and the next, until days turned into weeks. Finally, out of boredom rather than determination, Amir planted both seeds, one of ambition and one of laziness. "I'll see what happens," he shrugged. "I can always take care of them later." But later never came. He forgot about the seeds entirely, spending his days sleeping, gossiping, and dreaming about a future he still wasn't willing to work for. Weeks passed, and when Amir finally returned to his field, he was shocked. The laziness seed had exploded with life, growing thick weeds that spread across the soil like wildfire. They choked the land, making it hard for anything else to grow. And his ambition seed, it was small, fragile, and nearly dead, starved of water, sunlight, and care. His uncle returned and saw the sight before him. "Amir," he said softly, "this field is your life. Ambition is like a delicate seed. It needs care, attention, and daily effort to thrive. But laziness needs nothing at all. It grows quickly, but it will cover your field with weeds and destroy everything in its path." In Buddhist wisdom, our habits are just like these seeds. Neglect discipline and mindfulness, and laziness will silently overrun your mind. But with patience, consistent effort, and daily action, even the smallest seed of ambition can grow into a forest. The question is, which seed are you letting grow unchecked? When Amir saw his field choked with weeds and his ambition seed barely clinging to life, his heart sank. He fell to his knees, touching the fragile plant as tears welled in his eyes. For the first time, the truth hit him with full force. Dreams are not enough. Without action, they wither and die, just like his neglected seed. That night, Amir couldn't sleep. He lay awake thinking about the years he had wasted, the promises he had broken to himself, and the life he had imagined but never built. If I don't change now, laziness will own me forever. So before the sun rose the next morning, Amir did something he had never done before. He got up and went straight to the field. The work was hard. Pulling out the weeds tore at his hands until they bled. His back ached, sweat stung his eyes, and there were moments he wanted to give up. But he kept going. Every day he returned. He watered the ambition seed. He cleared the soil. He nurtured the land with patience and care. Days turned into months, and slowly the seed began to grow. It pushed through the soil, stronger and taller with each sunrise. Seasons passed, and Amir's field transformed into a lush landscape of life, bearing fruit, shade, and abundance. And Amir changed too. No longer the lazy dreamer, he became known as the farmer who conquered his greatest enemy, himself. In Buddhism, this is the path of transformation. Awakening begins when we stop blaming tomorrow and start acting today. Every weed we pull is a victory over the mind's inertia. Every drop of effort is a step toward enlightenment. And just like a mirror, you too have two seeds within you. The question is, which one will you choose to nurture? Starting today. If this story spoke to you, share it with someone who might need this reminder too.